Hello guys, Hitori here. Today we're going to discuss this tweet from Hex Juice where she said that I think that Honkai Star Rail is going to suffer because it doesn't appeal well to new players. How do you get new players into a turn-based game with an extreme emphasis on meta play when there are more gameplay-focused games releasing like WoWa, Zay, and Azurpomilia? So first of all, I disagree with her take. I think that HSR is still a very casual game and also a beginner friendly at that. And also, the devs are trying their best to cater to their player bases like hardcore, long-time, casual, and new players. And especially with the creation of the Divergent universe. I like what they did with the Divergent universe. If you have an underleveled or unbuilt characters, Divergent universe will just give you presets or presets, and then they will also max level your character. Also, if you have underlevel relics, light cones, they will also max it out as well. Which is a very helpful feature. Especially to those new players who wants to already try the Divergent universe themselves. And also with the Divergent universe, they also made planetary ornament farming easily. And it's just really, I don't see why it's not appealing well to new players when the devs are trying their best to appeal to new players as well, despite the fact that they already had this player base of long time, hardcore, and casuals, right? So they still keep making quality of life updates that caters to new players as well. And also they added this function of quick access event. I don't know what's the exact name for it, but there's this quick access function where if you're not clearing the story yet, you can already access the event. Like for example, the Divergent universe, you need to finish the Penacony story quest before you can access it. Now they have a quick access function. So now if you're a new player and you're still available, you can now try the Divergent universe. So you see, they's trying their best. And also this Harmony Path Trailblazer, you can now access it after finishing the Belobog story. After unlocking the preservation path for MC. Now you can get also the Harmony Path MC. So you don't need to go through a long story yapping session of story just to get to the point of getting the Harmony Path. So yeah. So at the end of the day, they're still catering to new players. Right? And also the game is very casual. You don't need to invest a lot of time to play the game, to clear the content. Except for endgame, of course. Endgame is a different talk. But if you want to clear just the story, the events, and just clear the lower levels of the endgame content, the game is there. It's just easy. And also doing dailies takes you like 5 to 10 minutes. Just play the game, spend your Trailblaze power, and you're done. You don't need to go on their yapping session of quests just to finish a single dailies. And I just find it funny that Hex just thinks that the game doesn't appeal well to new players, and especially when I just don't understand why. When the game itself it is very welcoming. And also about the emphasis on meta play. In terms of meta play, you have only to think about meta on endgame content. That's all I can say. If you're going endgame, that's where you're gonna think meta, because that's why it's an endgame content. You need to think the best characters for this situation and the best character on this game mode, right? That's the only time you're gonna think about meta. When you're thinking about is what are you thinking about is that when you play story content or events, if you have having a difficult time on playing or clearing the story content, I think that's on you. That's on you. Because the game, it's a turn-based game. Of course, there will be, a lot of factors in order to win a single battle. You need to have a sustain, you need to have a buffer, you need to have a DPS or TOT teams. So yeah, so yeah, of course there will be, you need to have a synergy and a good team building. And if you're going to fight a boss with just a random BS characters, I don't think you will clear it. I think you will defeat the boss. So it's funny. If you don't have the correct synergy of characters, then you of course you will suffer. So yeah, and you don't need to think about meta there. You just need to build your characters, build a property that synergizes well, and you're good to go. So yeah, I don't think I don't think you need to go very hardcore on meta on the story modes and other events, because you know the only thing that applies meta is the endgame content. So yeah, and I had this friend of mine who just returned to Star Rail, and he has this and I said that build this, build that, build characters, and he said, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, like a Miles Morales, and he only plays the characters that he wants. And I said, how about the end game and all? He said he doesn't care about end game. He just wants to enjoy the game, and so far he enjoys the game with the characters that he likes. And I remember that he run the whole Bellabog story without a healer. He hates Natasha, so yeah. And he run the whole Bellabog with March as his sustain. And yeah, that's really crazy. And yeah, he cook. So yeah, that's where I realized that the game isn't that hard, and you're just playing story. Of course, when he got advanced to other story like the Shanzos or one May story quest, of course there will be a difficulties and he will be forced to use healer. So let's see about that. But yeah, so far the game is very welcoming to new players. So yeah, I don't see the game very hard, you know. And if you're thinking, if you're a new player and you want to clear the end game immediately, like you're joking. You're joking, because like me, a day one player, it took me like half a year to finish FOC, which is crazy, right? So yeah. So yeah, for if you're a new player, don't expect to clear the end game immediately. It takes time, especially if you're going casual. It takes time. So be patient, just do your thing, and voila, you will just realize that yeah, I can finish the game. I can finish the end game. So that's my only take about this take from Hex Juice. So why I disagree with it. So yeah, I think that's all. If you like, if you have other thoughts about this take of Hex Juice, just comment it down below. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you.